Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Monday, we're having all kinds of problems here, all kinds of technical issues, all kinds of microphones falling down, all kinds of everything. What's up? Happy Monday, guys. Welcome to Troubled Minds News, and I'm your host, Michael Strange. And this is a show where the news is the conspiracy, and we've always done this show as part of a longer show, a different show called Troubled Minds Radio. And we used to do a news segment, and it turned into a larger and more grotesque sort of situation because it was too much news to talk about. So we decided to, just break it off and do our own sort of news segment all by itself, and that's what this has turned into. So that's Troubled Minds News here, and it is an extension of the other show, meaning that, of course, we are live. If you want to be part of the show at any point, just give us a call at 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. You can also join the Discord at troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. The phone number and the Discord link are right on top. You absolutely cannot miss them unless, you're not looking once you go to the website. Okay, so there's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on with me, clearly, because I'm always trying to juggle a lot of things here. But more specifically, there's a lot going on today, including that, because we got more content on the way. We have a new Troubled Minds podcast coming, and it's Friends of Troubled Minds, and we'll have some of the folks that you're used to hearing call into the shows, getting together as sort of a roundtable discussion on more trending things. Like in particular, tonight we're going to do a roundtable sort of podcast after the fact. It's going to be recorded without, I don't know, maybe we can stream it. I don't know. So undecided yet, but I was thinking we were going to just do it as a sort of a kind of recorded in that vacuum as a 4-way conversation. It's going to be myself tonight. It's going to be James of Salcedo Paranormal. It's going to be the mighty Rohan, and of course Night Stalker to start. And what we'll do is we'll do similar things, talking about different pop culture stuff or whatever happens to be hot in the zeitgeist, kind of trying to tap into some of that trending stuff, as it were. But tonight, if you guys haven't seen that Netflix special called Midnight Mass, we're going to be talking about Midnight Mass tonight. So I don't know. Stay tuned for that. That will be after Troubled Minds this evening. So we got three things planned for today, and this is the first one, the news. So I'm not sure. We'll figure out the details between now and then. But definitely, if worst case, it will be on the podcast feed tomorrow, and so you can listen to it then. Of course, there'll be plenty of spoilers, so if you have not seen Midnight Mass on Netflix, I suggest you watch it. And that's what's going on. So that's what's up today. That's what's up with a lot of this, and also a lot of the news, as always. Let's see. There you go. I guess I know what I'll be doing between the end of this show and the start of the next one, watching that thing. Yeah, check it out. It will creep you out, Bailey. Midnight Mass on Netflix. It's only 7 episodes. It's you can burn through it pretty fast, but it's we're only going to be doing the first 3 episodes tonight. So intentionally, we're going to break it into 2 pieces, so it's not going to be, you don't have to super binge if you don't want to. But do check it out. It is worth watching. That's why we're going to talk about it, because it's fits right in line with some weirdo Troubled mind stuff. Okay, anyway, so like I said, lots going on tonight, and that's going to happen. And so what we'll do, by the way, is many of you know that I've sent out invites, more unofficial invites. Bailey's invited. Who else is here? Robert, you're invited. All the people basically who call into the show all the time. What we're going to do is kind of mix the cast, right? So we'll have, us four, Rohan, James, Derek the Night Stalker, and myself for the first batch here, and then maybe next week we'll do 4 different people and talk about something else. So just FYI, so you guys are all invited as being part of this, because this is what this is all about. It's getting together and talking about cool stuff. And if you haven't seen it, one more time, this is not a plug for Midnight Mass on Netflix. It is a plug for us talking about it. Okay, so anyway, let's go. Let's do the news. This is from the New York Post, and yeah, you got it. That's 100% right. Check this out. Pentagon's first software chief quit because China has already won the global tech war. Nice. Nice. Nicholas Chalin, age 37, told the Financial Times on Sunday that there is good reason to be angry at the U.S. failing to rise in China's cyber threat, even fearing that it puts his children's future at risk. Yeah, no shit. Who's been saying this for a very long time? Clearly, maybe they have. Here we go. So we have no competing fighting chance against China in 15 to 20 years. Right now, it's already a done deal. It is already over, in my opinion, Nicholas Chalin, 37, told the paper. Well, I'll tell you what I would do. I would fire this dude because I don't want defeatists working for me. We're going to kick China's ass, but I don't work for these guys. So what can you do? Just saying, I don't like this guy's attitude. First off. Second, well, I probably don't know what I'm talking about. So there you go. This guy, again, Chalin, who was the Pentagon's first chief software officer, said China will dominate the future of the world by controlling everything from media narratives to geopolitics. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, right? And that's the whole point. That's exactly what the issue is here. And we've been saying this for quite a while now because it's kind of true. It's kind of true. They're defeating us in pretty much everything. And they're sending money to institutions to basically bring about the New World Order. That's what China is, by the way. China is that New World Order, if you want to talk conspiracy. They want us to be the hive mind with a boot on our neck. And, well, they're making it happen over there. So yeah, that's what's up. Quote, whether it takes a war or not is kind of anecdotal, he told the paper of his prediction of China's route to future world dominance. He attacked Google for not working on AI with the U.S. Defense Department, while Chinese companies are obliged to work with Beijing. And that's exactly the issue here, right? Regarding specifically China, but not just them, other world institutions that basically have taken over the means of production through communism. Okay, and of course that means that the company, it's not optional. Companies have to work with the government. Private companies have to work with the CCP. And what does that mean? Well, it means a lot of terrible things. And I feel like I'm missing something. I know what I'm missing. Hold on. Excuse me for just one moment. That's better. The news hat. Everything goes better with the news hat on. Okay. Anyway, so Pentagon's first software chief quit because China has already won the global war. And yeah, no kidding, right? This is what's happening. This is the world we live in. But again, nobody wants to talk about this. And if you do talk about it, they call you a warmonger, right winger, right? And this is exactly part of the equation, I believe. What's with all the canceled flights? Yeah, that's another one too. It's happening in Vegas. I saw that. Got some weird canceled flights. What's up, Quinn67? Robert says China economy is a 30% construction pyramid scheme that is in free fall. China can no longer even keep the lights on. We'll see. I know they're in way more debt than we are, and there's some other issues here. But point being that Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah, Southwest. Yeah, I saw that. Same here in Vegas. Southwest canceled a ton of flights over the weekend right here too. So I don't know. China is one of those things. I think that given, I don't know. I think if they get cooperation to prop them up, maybe we have a problem. Maybe we don't. Let's see. Robert says it's part of the national workers' strike. Yeah, I hadn't heard that. Anyway, okay, let's go to the Wall Street Journal. And now this is pretty hot stuff. This is when work invades your sleep through your dreams. Yeah, that's right. Anybody ever have a dream like this? You're given a presentation without any pants. The plane to your business trip is taxiing away as you run for the gate. And what's the boss from your first job doing there? Yeah, don't worry. It was just a dream, and you're not alone. A lot of people say work has invaded their sleep, especially during the pandemic, as boundaries have been obliterated and burnout is on the rise. The work from home isn't all it's cracked up to be when all the boundaries have been broken and now people are sending you emails at 2 a.m. Yeah, well, is that what's going on? Maybe. I don't know. Quote, dreams are just thinking in a different brain state, said Deirdre Barrett. Deirdre, I don't know how to say that. It's like a psychology lecturer at Harvard University and author of the 2020 book, Pandemic Dreams. What a fantastic title for a book. Pandemic Dreams. Dreams of a pandemic. I that's what I heard, Bailey, that it was maybe because of vax mandates from Southwest. I don't know, though. I don't know. That's what I saw the reporting here. But what does that mean? I don't know. Again, I think part of the problem is we can't trust the press, can we? I think that's the issue. Anybody had weird dreams and work dreams and all the rest of this stuff? Because I don't know. It's been a while since I've worked in an office or with any actual boss. Thank the heavens for that. But I get it, right? There's pressure. There's always pressure, always pressure, and so it's one of those weird things that it happens, right? I've never had a dream where I was giving a presentation without any clothes on or something like that. So thank you for that. Thank the heavens. Thank the good Michael Strange brain for not putting me naked in front of my colleagues at work. But I don't know. This is weird stuff, and again, right? This again probably has a larger implication here regarding working at home and people. At least there was a separation before, commute times and all the rest of this garbage, of course. But there was a separation there at least, and so once you were home, it was sort of a sanctuary. But in modern terms now, with the pandemic and more and more people working from home with remote type jobs, well, then we have not a sanctuary. It becomes your home is your workplace, and it's hard to differentiate from your brain state, right? You don't ever kind of get a hard reset by leaving and then coming back. Well, there we go. I don't know. Anybody ever had weird work dreams? I haven't, but I thought it was interesting that this suddenly is becoming a thing, or at least according to the Wall Street Journal, because you know me and trusting these sources. I don't trust them one single bit. I just don't trust them. All right, let's continue, shall we? This is from Interesting Engineering. I thought this was pretty cool. Super cool, actually, because NASA has a $3.46 billion plan to cool Yellowstone and harvest it for energy. Ooh, all right. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Daryl says, I dream I can walk and fly. I always have naked dreams. I'm only one naked. Everyone else is dressed. Well, there you go. Maybe just a free spirit, Daryl. Maybe just a free spirit. Is it a terrifying dream or... I don't know. Yeah, exactly, right? I thought the same thing about this. This is a bad idea, right? So $3.46 billion to cool Yellowstone. So how the hell are we going to cool off like a super volcano, by the way? Just curious. I'll bet you we could throw 3.46 trillion into that volcano, and it probably wouldn't cool down, would it? The quote, the supervolcano threat is substantially greater than the asteroid threat. Oh, I see. Located below Yellowstone National Park's picturesque hot springs and geysers lies a gargantuan magma chamber that could one day erupt as a supervolcano. According to NASA, the supervolcano is one of the greatest natural threats to human civilization and is substantially more dangerous than the threat of asteroids. Ooh, asteroids. Yeah, that's why NASA has devised an ambitious plan for ensuring the volcano remains dormant. A 2017 BBC report explained. As a bonus, NASA's method would also provide the surrounding region with electricity, though the project would cost a staggering $3.46 billion. You get the idea, right? So they say they can fix anything, they just need enough billions, right? Enough billions. So once you give them enough billions, notice that the government seems to always be way over budget and way too long to do things, and many times they fail entirely, though that $3.46 billion is still spent. So again, who really believes that they can control a super volcano and cool it? I mean, sure, fine, they can probably pull energy from this sucker in some capacity, but really? Like, we're going to stop this super volcano? How? How? So, can somebody... Anyway, here we go. Drilling holes into the side of a volcano. Oh, that's how. Both a civilization-ending asteroid impact and the eruption of the chamber, called the Yellowstone caldera, are very unlikely to occur during our lifetimes. The odds of a 5 to 10 kilometer wide asteroid, blah, 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 blah. Still, in 2017, Brian Wilcox, who was a member of the NASA Advisory Council on Planetary Defense, conducted a study on the threat of asteroids and comets and said blah, 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 blah. Okay, in the interview with BBC, Wilcox explained NASA's plans to prevent this from happening. The U.S. Space Agency itself admits that the plan isn't without risk. Ooh, all right. Throw more billions at it, guys. More billions. That will alleviate the risk, I'm sure. Though it could help to mitigate a potentially deadly threat to humanity. The plan would see holes drilled into the volcano's lower sides outside the boundaries of Yellowstone National Park. The project organizers would then pump high-pressure cold water into and then out of the supervolcano. The water going in would cool the volcano, while the outgoing water would reach temperatures of approximately 350 Celsius or 662 Fahrenheit. Let's just make it an even 666 degrees Fahrenheit while we're at it, and could be used to generate electricity. All right, so we're going to drill some holes in the thing, and it's going to water, and then, right, super volcano. No. Come on. Really? I mean, sure, maybe a small volcano that's not very active, but really, like one of the world's, probably the largest, foremost super volcano. Come on, really? It seems silly once again that we think that agreed. Robert says 3.4 billion is chump change if they can pull it off. Do you really believe they can pull this off, though? I think they can actually try make this happen for results wise. I'm gonna doubt it only because it seems like every time you throw billions at something like this, they just fail. There's my trust in the government seeping out. I'm sorry, I don't have such faith in the government. Livescience.com. Let's continue, shall we? Let's keep on trucking. This is a good one. I like this one. What if the universe had no beginning? Right? Of course, the standard theory of cosmology now is that there was a Big Bang, and there was a singularity before it all existed, and then boom, and it expanded, and it's ever expanding, and all the rest of this, and blah, blah, so on and so forth. But what if that never happened? What if it was only just the universe has always existed? Yeah. Quote, reality has so many things that most people would associate with sci-fi or even fantasy, said Bruno Bento. Yeah, I want that name. I'm changing my name. Bruno Conspiracy News with Bruno Bento, a physicist who studies the nature of time at the University of Liverpool in the UK. In his work, he employed a new theory of quantum gravity called causal set theory, in which space and time are broken down into discrete chunks of space-time. At some level, there's a fundamental unit of space-time according to this theory. Bento and his collaborators used this causal set approach to explore the beginning of the universe. They found that it's possible that the universe had no beginning, that it has always existed into the infinite past and only recently evolved into what we call the Big Bang. All right. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. Quantum gravity is perhaps the most frustrating problem facing modern physics. We have two extraordinarily effective theories on the universe, quantum physics and general relativity, blah, blah, so on. Anyway, into the science, trust the science, of course, except when, well, it doesn't suit your needs. Then, of course, call it charlatanism. But, that just depends on who you ask, I guess. Don't ask the media, by the way. But, okay, so I don't know. I think this is a pretty good idea in terms of what if the universe had no beginning? I don't know. You tell me. Is this an idea? Is this just, who knows, whatever this is? There you go. Robert says, since time is an illusion, there can be no beginning nor end. And Daryl says, infinity is a mind-boggling nest. Pass? I'm not sure what you mean there. All right, anyway, so what we're going to do is take a just quick break and get a word from our sponsor. If you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org, and here we go. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. All right, let's keep on trucking. Gibby's got a good comment. There's lots of good comments, guys. As always, lots of smart folks involved in this and troubled minds in the community. Gibby says, all those billions will make one hell of a fire. And I say, of course, not compared to trillions. If you imagine how big the fire would be if you could put trillions of dollars in paper currency into a super volcano. Man, I tell you what, we could change the world in one simple thing, right? Oh, there you go. It's like, but in French. Oh, I see. That explains you how much I know about French. You'll have to pardon my French, as I always say. All right, let's go to theindependent.co.uk. Consumers should expect higher food prices. Says Kraft Heinz boss. And he would know because he makes the baked beans and the ketchup, right? So there we go. Yep. This is it. Shoppers should expect to see, are you shitting me? Higher food prices, according to the Kraft Heinz chief, Miguel Patricio, said the firm is raising prices where necessary around the world of products including ketchup and baked beans. Mr. Patricio said this was because of lack of truck drivers in the UK and labor shortages and an increased logistics costs in the US. Inflation and all the rest of this, right? This is amazing. This is amazing. We're seeing it, right? Not just higher prices. We're seeing shortages again and all the rest of this stuff. It's kind of the way the world works now, isn't it? And I've always said this as part of the conspiracy that is, the individuals that run the world, the technocrats and the billionaires, the elites. And I think that we have this weirdness regarding artificial scarcity, right? Of course, there are certainly enough resources on the earth to feed all the people on the earth. But, we're, when we bottleneck things and make things difficult to achieve, and, there are simple things, and there's a lot going on with this too. So not just like he's saying the truck driver shortages. There's also the logistics stuff, right? These what are they? Tankers, right, that are carrying all these shipping containers that are just off the coast. They're all docked up, waiting to land, and all this other stuff. There's a lot going on, and it seems like the conspiracy world, some people anyway, are saying that this is planned. This is part of that great reset because, like everything else, once they break down the institutions that we're comfortable with, then they get to rebuild them, right? And that's part of what's going on here, I think. It's odd, it's strange, it's unfortunate, and, just fix it, guys, fix it. Fix it. I mean, like they're saying COVID protocols are slowing down actual these shipping containers, these huge ships that bring in the shipping containers from overseas, a worldwide trade. It's just the way the world works now. But, right, if these COVID protocols are slowing down these ships from being unloaded and all the rest of this, it slowed everything down. Like, go down, you guys know, go wait in any line now. The line is like 3 times as long because of social distancing. Then all the weirdness of, a face-to-face contact. Everything's slow. Everything is slowed down probably by like 25 or 30%. And so this is what you get. When you slow everything down and you're like COVID protocols, then this is, yeah. So Robert says, I've been stocking up on canned goods for months, and good on you. Smart way to go here. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll do like we did before. Remember when I went down to the grocery stores to report on it and see what was actually happening, if panic buying was actually in full effect? I had actually purchased up weeks prior to that, but I was just kind of going down scouting things. I was looking at the hardware store. I was looking at the sporting goods stores to see what the ammo looked like. I was looking at the Costco and the local grocery stores, things like this, to see if people were like showing up in droves and panic buying. And yeah, so I checked a few times and it wasn't happening yet. But then finally I went on, it was like one Thursday, I believe, and I showed up and like, oh shit, it's happening, right? There was no ammo, there was no anything. There were like, everybody was just buying shit up, the toilet paper. You guys remember all that. You lived through it too. But holy shit, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, being ahead of it and understanding what's going on is a very huge advantage if, you're paying attention. Anyway, let's keep on trucking here. And this is also the world we live in. This is from Yahoo News. And yes, 60 Minutes reporter gets the deep fake treatment as he explores the potentially dangerous technology. Well, we're seeing it already with all kinds of fake news, and not just maybe faking let's say Lester Holt, from, what was he, CNBC? I don't know where these guys are from. I just know he's a moron. And let's say that he was, deep faked to say something. I guess you'd have to be a trustworthy journalist to really fool people. But in any case, you have to, like once you get enough footage of anybody, you could deep fake anything. And I'll have proof of that, by the way. I'm working on a particular project regarding deep fakes that's coming up. It's going to take me a while, but I'm working on it. And I'm going to be able to prove to you that this is a dangerous, dangerous thing, and where the world is changing overnight into a more let's just say volatile place. Here we go. On Sunday's edition of 60 Minutes, journalist Bill Whitaker went deep into the world of deepfakes and synthetic media, where artificial intelligence is used to make images and videos that are fake but look hyper-realistic. Whitaker had a deep fake video made that aged him back 30 years and even had the ability to take away his mustache. He also had a synthetic avatar made of himself that was able to speak words he never actually spoke, only typed into a computer exactly as he should say them. And yes, this technology exists. And it's not just for quantum computers and state-level actors. That's right, even you and I can do it at this point. And what happens when that becomes a normal thing? Well, then we literally have just removed all trust from all institutions forever, haven't we? Because you'll never be able to actually know what's happening, ever. Because you'll have to wait and double check. Imagine if there was a deep fake of Vladimir Putin saying that the American media will not tell you this, but I'm telling it to the Russians to hunker down because an asteroid is about to hit us, right? It could be a deep fake. It could not be. And so who knows? And so everybody starts freaking out, and we have pandemonium, cats and dogs living together. Everybody remember that from Ghostbusters, and real end of the world type stuff, but all because of a fake video. Okay. And so this could be in our future, and it's unfortunate hopefully there's going to be a way to detect these things and cast them out as tomfoolery. Okay. While deepfakes can be used for fun, like the popular Tom Cruise deepfakes on TikTok, Whitaker spoke to one of the first people to write a book on the topic, Nina Schick, who called the technology a game changer when it comes to disinformation, especially due to how fast it is evolving. By 5 to 7 years, we are basically looking at a trajectory where any single creator, so YouTuber, TikToker, will be able to create the same level of visual effects that is only accessible to the most well-resourced Hollywood studios today. That's what I'm saying. And we were saying this years ago, by the way, probably 3 years ago. I even said there's going to be a day very soon where all of the words I speak are going to be used against me. Because not of what I said, but because they're able to farm the inflection and my actual voice and even my face now and create videos of me saying things that I would never say. You see? And this is part of the problem. This is not good. Whitaker pointed out that most deepfakes are protected free speech and that legislation has been all over the map in different parts of the country. The problem is not only is the government trying to keep up with the rapidly moving technology, the general public as a whole is still very much in the dark about this technology and what it's capable of. Some viewers took to Twitter with reactions. Okay, we're not going to go to the Twitter reactions. Twitter is I'll just leave it at that. You fill in the blank. We'll play ad libs today. You fill in the blank. Twitter is okay. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Where are we at time-wise? I think we're okay. Let's go to fizz.org, and there we are. All right. Radio signals from distant stars suggest hidden planets. Uh-oh. Is this aliens? Aliens? We haven't talked about aliens in a long time, have we? We'll have aliens back this week on the show. We got Ash coming on Wednesday, I believe, and we'll have aliens probably because, that's the way it goes. Ash Wednesdays. Using the world's most powerful radio antenna, scientists have discovered stars unexpectedly blasting out radio waves, possibly indicating the existence of hidden planets. Hidden planets. The University of Queensland's Dr. Benjamin Pope and colleagues of the Dutch National Observatory Astron. Now, if you're going to name something from like an observatory, why not name it Astron? Astron. Now, that is an acronym. Have been searching for planets using the world's most powerful radio telescope, low-frequency array situated in the Netherlands. Quote, we've discovered signals from 19 distant red dwarf stars, 4 of which are best explained by the existence of planets orbiting them, Dr. Pope said. We've long known that the planets of our own solar system emit powerful radio waves as their magnetic fields interact with the solar wind, but radio signals from planets outside our solar system had yet to be picked up. The discovery is an important step for radio astronomy and could potentially lead to the discovery of planets throughout the galaxy. Yeah, well, cool stuff. I guess we're about to find more exoplanets. We'll see. Cross your fingers that some are habitable and we find the Stargate soon because, well, we'll probably need it. Let's see. What else do we got? Let's see. Who else is looking at the chat? What's up, guys? Let's see. Yep. Gonna be a lonely planet. Yes. Let's see. Yep. All right, good stories out there in the chat, guys. Keep them coming. All right, let's keep on trucking. If you guys want to be part of the show, you're welcome to 702-957-1037. Join the Discord at troubledminds.org, and we'll put you on the show. Okay, so regarding Discord, I've rearranged everything and nested the categories and all kinds of stuff. So trust me, it's probably going to be a little bit harder to navigate for folks that are not great with Discord, but in the long run, it will be much better because you can open and close the categories as it were, and you're going to be able to do some better things as far as like closing categories you're not using and things like this. It's just a better overall flow. Everything in the live show is in one little category there, the show chat and also the caller queue and the on air. So everything's going to be in one little spot. You can close everything else, and there we go. So anyway, just FYI for the folks that are using Discord, it has been rearranged, reorganized, and sorry about that that I didn't do it a long time ago. I didn't know how because I didn't spend any time learning. And shout out to our good friend 40s AM who helped me get that set up. And again, I just need to be reminded sometimes. And he did a nice little write-up about how to support Troubled Minds. So if you want to find that, that's in the Discord now, and et cetera, so on. So there we go. All right, let's keep on trucking. Yeah, there you go. What's up, Jay? Says curveball. Strike 3, buddy. You're out. Okay, so let's see where we at time-wise. I think we're good. Yeah, let's take a quick break. You're listening to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. We're going to keep on trucking and talking about the news here, and I'm your host, Michael Strange, and let's go to the BBC, one of the other most trusted sources in news. Yes, you love the break, don't you, James? The break is the best when you get to hear the boop. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not listening to us live. All right, let's go to the BBC. Drugs, arms, and terror. A high-profile defector on Kim's North Korea. Uh-oh. Is anybody surprised by this? I'm not. It has taken weeks of discussions to get an interview with him, and he's still worried about who might be listening. He wears dark glasses for the camera, and only 2 of our team know what... of our team know what we think his real name is. Okay, write that better. Kim spent 30 years working his way to the top ranks of North Korea's powerful spy agencies. Mr. Kim here. The agencies were the eyes, ears, and brains of the supreme leader, he says. He claims he kept their secrets, sent assassins to kill their critics, and even built an illegal drugs lab to help raise revolutionary funds. Nice. Now, the former senior colonel has decided to tell his story to the BBC. It's the first time such a senior military officer from Pyongyang has given an interview to a major broadcaster. Mr. Kim was the reddest of the red, he says in an exclusive interview, a loyal communist servant. But rank and loyalty do not guarantee your safety in North Korea. He had to flee for his life in 2014, and since then he's been living in Seoul and working for South Korean intelligence. He depicts the North Korean leadership desperate to make cash by any means possible, from drug deals to weapon sales in the Middle East and Africa. He told us about the strategy behind decisions being made in Pyongyang, the regime's attacks on South Korea, and claims that the secretive country's spy and cyber networks can reach around the world. I just wanted to make the joke because why not? And so point is this, North Korea, Okay, so meaning that nobody tells North Korea what to do, right? They're a grown country. They do what they want. Now, what I mean by that is that all countries are grown countries and do what they want. As soon as, right, you have to cross borders and start wars to make these things stop, there are no barriers. They create the laws, which means they can break the own laws they create, including, well, drug deals, right? They can be drug dealers on, national scales, worldwide scales. And, let's say that, I don't know, let's talk about Afghanistan maybe, right? And why we were there for so long and all kinds of other reasons, right? And what's really going on with the CIA. Who knows, right? I don't know. It's speculation, but I think it's probably solid speculation that if a country makes its own laws, it can break its own laws, can it not? Especially if they have the protection of a super secret spy agency, very much like we're talking about here with Mr. Kim's North Korean defector, who's now working for South Korea. Okay. Then, I don't know. What do you guys think? What you tell me? I don't know what to think, other than this conspiracy stuff becomes exhausting at some point, doesn't it? Just it was just the way the world is. The world's kind of a depressing place because it's everything's always running amok. Everything's always breaking its own rules. Everything's always, rules for thee, but not for me. That whole bit. It's let's just call it annoying. It's annoying, isn't it? I think it's pretty annoying. Why is my... Okay, there we go. All right, now here's another one. Speaking of the world working in weird ways, let's do this. This is from USA Today, and let's go to... I refuse to lie under oath for the state of Arizona, and the courts aren't on my side. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. When a witness testifies in court, they take an oath to tell, quote, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You think that's the way our court system works, guys? Laws also prevent a witness from being persuaded to give inaccurate testimony or commit perjury. Arizona, for example, makes it a felony to attempt to influence the testimony of a witness. Oddly enough, they hire these experts all the time that do nothing but exactly as they described, with an attempt to influence the testimony of a witness, or at least a jury anyway, right? As I found out, however, this continues, if you work for the government, your superiors can't be held financially responsible for ordering you to change your testimony and retaliating against you when you refuse. I worked as a forensic scientist for nearly 40 years in a variety of agencies and medical laboratories, including the Arizona Department of Public Safety Scientific Analysis Bureau, which I ended up suing. This is written by an individual by the name of Greg Olson, Ohlson. And he says, I regularly testified in court about the results of defendants' blood alcohol samples. At the Arizona Department of Public Safety, samples from multiple defendants were analyzed in batches. The department preferred to give criminal defense attorneys only their defendants' sample. Really? This whole thing just, in real time, just refreshed and took me off. Okay, whatever. All right, USA Today, I'll just remove you from the list of articles that we'll do. You get the point anyway that, rules for thee, but not for me. And this is exactly the same point, right? You can't do things in court unless, you're the federal, state or federal governments. And then you can and get away with it because, you control the investigations and, cover-ups and look the other ways and all the rest of this business. And, like I said, this is the world we live in, is it not? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, it is. Anyway, now that they took me off of USA Today because, whatever, let's continue. I should have just put it in an archive like this, and then I don't have to worry about it, do I? Suckers. Hey, there's ways around it. Wait till they start fiddling with the archives as well. All right, now this is pretty hot. Speaking of rules for thee, but not for me, Facebook permanently banned a developer after he made an app to let users delete their news feed. Yes, right? Like, how hot is that? That's amazing because, good on the developer for helping us, right? We need help against the technocrats when we can. And a developer who designed a tool to let people essentially delete their Facebook news feed says he was served with a cease and desist letter and permanently kicked off the tech giant's platform. Lewis Barclay, a developer in the UK, is the creator of a browser extension called Unfollow Everything. Everybody get that extension. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he's a troll scamming us, and maybe I don't know. I'm not endorsing that. Anyway, at your own risk. Anyway, the extension lets users automatically unfollow all their friends and pages on Facebook, leaving their news feed blank. Barclay told Insider people could still connect to their friends and family on Facebook when using the extension. Barclay published the Unfollow Everything on the Google Chrome Store in July 2020 and said it attracted attention from researchers at the University of, I don't know how to say that, this place in Switzerland, who wanted to study the impact of having no news feed on people's happiness on Facebook, as well as the amount of time they spent on the platform. And we've talked about this, about Facebook being really a monster, like a digital monstrosity, and affecting people's, their intentions, affecting people's mental health, affecting people's relationships, affecting people's everything, right? And not even in a good way. I'm sure there's some good to be measured from this, but, with Facebook buying Instagram and, teenage girls wanting to kill themselves, suicide is on the rise because you can't stack up to the, Snapchat filter girls that are like sticking their booties out and showing their cleavage, right? And, hello, people have real bodies that don't look like supermodels. What do you think is going to happen to the rest of us when we think that that's the pinnacle of whatever the hell this is, right? You're going to cause a lot of depressed people that aren't really centered properly. A lot of people are very, what do you say? Not compromised, but, just not centered yet. Like, we need time. We need time as people to figure it out, And so many things are obvious, but it took us a long time to figure out the obvious things. And I'm just speaking for myself in terms of just growing into a person, right? Growing into understanding the way life works and, settling on this is who I am and this is it, right? Like, here we go, right here. This is who I am. That's it, right? And it's, you can make even simple things, even non-amazing things like this, right? With effort into amazing things. It doesn't have to be about who has the best six-pack abs, who has the nicest booty, okay? It doesn't have to be about those things. But again, right, when you're young, it's a difficult cycle to break. It's stuck in your brain about all the rest of this stuff. And anyway, it's horrific, and this is Facebook, and this is what you can do. I don't know. So, like I said, I haven't tested the app out myself, but it is called Unfollow Everything. As always, use at your own risk because this is the way the world works. It could be the double, triple troll. To get us from, using it to, who knows, do some kind of new trollery. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Let's get one more word from our sponsor, which is you, and we'll keep on trucking and finish this up with the final segment. And like I said, lots more Troubled Minds coming tonight, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. All right, let's keep on trucking. Notably, one more thing about that, too. Remember that if you do sub up with Amazon Prime or you're subbing up on Twitch, it has to be renewed every month, so it will expire, and you just have to click the thing and redo it, and there you go. So appreciate that, folks that do keep up with that. Like I said, I appreciate it quite a lot. All right, let's go. Let's go to the Daily Mail. And this is kind of what we expect of the world we live in, right? Holy crap, look at all these ads. Look at all these ads. I'm going to have to start doing the archive on the Daily Mail as well. Let's do the Dwayne Dibley trick in real time. All right, let's do it. Let's just do it. There we go. Dwayne Dibley trick, and we'll skip it. Too many ads. All right, let's go to this instead. We'll come back to that one. New York Post. Yep, this is amazing. Sleeping Canadian woman has close call with meteorite that lands on bed. Yeah, right. Yeah, hell yeah. I guess this stuff happens, doesn't it? A Canadian woman is thanking her lucky stars after narrowly avoiding a meteorite that slammed into her pillow while she slept. According to a report, Ruth Hamilton was snoozing in her home in Golden, a town in southeastern British Columbia, on October 4th when she heard a crash and felt debris on her face. In your face. I just jumped up and turned on the light. I couldn't figure out what the heck had happened, Hamilton told the news outlet. A police officer who responded to her 911 call wondered if the jagged object that landed on her pillow might have come from a nearby construction project. Quote, we called the Canyon Project to see if they were doing any blasting, and they weren't, but they did say they had seen a bright light in the sky that had exploded and caused some booms, Hamilton told the outlet. I was shaking and scared when it happened. I thought someone had jumped in or it was a gun or something. It's almost a relief when we realized it could only have fallen out of the sky, she added. The relieved woman said her grandchildren think the meteorite is pretty cool, so she plans to keep it. There you go. Well, and yeah, thank her lucky stars. I love it. All right, let's go to let's doing Dibbly trick. Let's go to the Daily Mail without all the ads. Look at that. All right. This is what I was about to be talking about. No further action will be taken. Met Police reveals it has dropped its investigation into claims Virginia Roberts was sex trafficked into London by Jeffrey Epstein when she was 17 and forced to have sex with Prince Andrew. Oh, no further action will be taken. Isn't that convenient? Scotland Yard has abandoned its review of sex abuse allegations surrounding Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein, it was revealed tonight. After its officers reportedly spoke with accuser Virginia Roberts, the force had decided to take no further action over her allegation that she was trafficked to London as a 17-year-old and forced to have sex with Andrew. Scotland Yard has also decided to take no further action over claims that billionaire financier Epstein groomed and abused other young women in Britain. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? The Duke of York, age 61, is facing a civil lawsuit in the U.S. after Miss Roberts accused him of, quote, rape in the first degree and said she was abused by him in London after a visit to Tramp nightclub in Mayfair. Andrew has always vehemently denied the claims, and as his legal team is seeking to get the U.S. case thrown out. Do you think the case will be thrown out, guys? I mean, we're talking about like a Prince Andrew, right? Scumbag or not, he is a prince after all, and of course rules for thee and not for me, and that's the way this goes, isn't it? Yeah, let's see. It's there you go. What's up, Indigo Child says that would be because the police wear the royal insignia on their uniforms. It is, of course, the Queen's Police. Oh, you don't say. Kind of like I was saying. Well, do you think the lawsuit's going to be thrown out? I think so. You know why? Well, because it's a rigged system. It is. We now have a corrupt campaign finance system. The millionaires and the billionaires. Get them. Right? Well, no. No. I mean, yes, but also no, but also yes. Oh, don't get me started. Don't bring up taxes. Nobody bring up taxes. I'm so vulnerable right now. There we go. The decision of the Met to remove the prospect of further action against Prince Andrew comes as the Duke of York's siblings, Charles, Edward, and Anne, are said to have closed the door on the prospect of him making a return to public life. So he's been thrown out, literally thrown out of the royal family, right? Basically, he's still getting his money, but he's, no public appearances and all the rest of this. They've basically acknowledged that he's what he is, okay? And it's public. However, we're just going to drop the investigations, aren't we? Nothing to see here. We're going to just drop this, and this is going to fade away into the past, and nobody will ever talk about it again. Sources say Prince William, who is no fan of Uncle Andrew, branded him a threat to the royal family. Oh, burn. Prince Andrew is privately preparing to hand over personal documents for a civil case filed in New York against him by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, Giuffre. That's why they write Virginia Roberts, because nobody knows how to say that last name. A U.S. district judge granted permission for the Duke's lawyers to receive a copy of confidential agreement between Epstein and Miss Roberts. Yes. Okay. This is not. I mean, this is again the world we live in, right? Everywhere you look, it's all upside down. And they don't want us to know this. They don't want us to be on the ball with this because it exposes them. It exposes the game. And the game is this. It already is a two-tier system, right? You're either in the club or you're not. And it's a big club, and you ain't in it. Just like, who said that? Was it George Carlin? Probably lots of people have said that. But that's what this is about, right? You're either in this club and you protect each other, or you're not, and you don't get the same protections as everybody else. I wonder what this is called. There's got to be a term for this, like, the elites watch out for each other, some kind of actual term, something or other. I don't know, but it is disgusting. And, well, at least send these people to jail. I mean, they've been, sex trafficking young people forever, right? Forever. This guy's 61 years old, they said. And how long do you think has this been going on? How long do you think? I don't know. So this is this is pretty brutal stuff. And again, like I said, sometimes we get some news and it's a downer. All right. But like I said, this isn't about being down. This is about being informed. This is about noticing what's actually happening in the world around you so that you can stand up and make change when the time is right. Okay. And I mean that peacefully. We're not trying to start a war here. We're not trying to be a violent group of whatevers, yahoos. No, we're trying to be informed. And this is, well, again, this will get swept under the rug like always. And yeah, that's that. All right, let's move on from the sleeping with the meteorite to, how about this? Speaking of the world we live in. Here we go. This is from thehill.com. And yep. Remember Navalny, this guy, the guy that challenged Vladimir Putin, his political opponent, who is now in jail. Yeah, right? Remember this? Okay. Well, Navalny says his status has been changed to terrorist in prison. Oh, interesting. Haven't I been saying this for months and months and maybe even years now? That this is the whole point, right? You begin as a political dissident, which just means you have ideas to change the government to be a better place. All right. That's what a dissident is, right? They have a different idea of how things should be run, right? That's not a terrorist. That's a dissident, a political dissident. Oh, but again, it's funny that when you're not the one making the rules, you're also not the one making the terms. And so the people making the terms, that's right, they get to call you a terrorist. And so, yeah, this guy, like I said, he's got the brassest balls of the brass balliest, this guy, because he escaped. They almost took his life. He landed in Germany on that plane when they poisoned his underpants, if you guys remember that. And knowing full well that Vladimir Putin was out to assassinate him, he still went back to Russia. And that's why I call him the brass balliest of the balliest. Because, yes, that takes a lot, because they've probably been torturing him and all kinds of stuff. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny announced on Monday that his status has been changed to extremist and terrorist, but the authorities have dropped his classification as an escape risk. Yeah, you know why? Probably because they have him duct taped to a wall. That's why. And in a super high security situation, right? That's why he's not an escape risk, because they've made it so he cannot escape. In an Instagram post, the jailed opposition leader said a commission at the prison located in the Vladimir region voted unanimously to alter his status, according to Reuters. Navalny is serving a 2.5-year prison sentence for violating parole while he was recovering from being poisoned by a Soviet-era nerve agent in August of 2020. He was arrested after returning to Russia from Germany in January of this year. The U.S. and allies blame Russia for Navalny's poisoning. The Kremlin, however, has denied any involvement. What the hell's going on with my dog? All right. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. He was accused of not meeting parole requirements that were part of a 2014 suspended sentence for embezzlement. Navalny has said the charge was politically motivated. Yeah, you think? You think? Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah, exactly. River says they will not stop talking about Andrew. They need you to forget other powerful friends of Epstein. Ah, you're saying he's the shiny object, right? Because he's been removed from that royal family. Yeah, that could be right. So who else are the other powerful names in the Epstein little black book? Let us not utter them here, so as we might summon them, like summoning a demon. Yeah, well, okay, let's continue, shall we? Poor Navalny, he's, like I said, brass balls, that guy. I'd have stayed out of the country and worked to get the message out some other way, but what can you do? All right, here we go. SciTech Daily. Yeah, wandering supermassive black holes whizzing through the universe. Yeah, that's right. Everybody thinks that the supermassive black holes kind of just chill. No, Apparently not. Every massive galaxy is believed to host a supermassive black hole at its center. Its mass is correlated with the mass of the inner regions of its host, and also with some other properties, probably because the supermassive black hole grows and evolves as the galaxy itself grows, through mergers and other galaxies and the infall of material from the intergalactic medium. All right, so the merger process, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we got this. Now, this is a... blah, blah, blah. Sometimes a binary single mass black hole is first formed and then gradually merges into one. Detectable gravitational wave emission can be produced in this process. However, the merger can sometimes stall or be disrupted. Understanding why is one of the key puzzles in supermassive black hole evolution. New cosmological simulations with the Romulus code, Romulus, predict that even after billions of years of evolution, some supermassive black holes do not join the nucleus, but end up instead wandering through the galaxy. There you go. Just cruising through the galaxy, doing its thing, hanging out, and, well, maybe eating more galaxies. I don't know. Got time for you guys. You want to be part of the show? 702-957-1037. We're coming down to the end of this. This is the final segment. But like I said, we'll have Troubled Minds in a couple hours here for the regular radio show. And then tonight, we'll have a special. I'm not sure if we're going to stream it. Maybe we will. We'll get with the guys and see what they think we're going to do here. But remember, we have a new Troubled Minds, kind of offshoot discussion thing coming up, and you guys are all invited. So let me know if you guys want to be part of that. We'll schedule, like I said, we'll do a roundtable of folks and change up participants. Tonight we're going to be talking about that show on Netflix. If you haven't seen it yet, you got time to watch it real quick. Smash it in there between Troubled Minds tonight before it starts, or not, just go watch it and then catch up with our podcast tomorrow. So it's called Midnight Mass, and it's on Netflix, and yeah, that's what's going on. We're going to be talking about that tonight, and it is wild. It's a wild show. It's just in time for the spooky Halloween season, and there's some pretty crazy stuff that happens in it. So we'll be talking about that tonight, not on the regular show. It will be after the regular show. So 3 things today. We got Troubled Minds news today, regular Troubled Minds at 7, and then after that we'll have another show at about 30 minutes after, about 10:30 approximately Pacific time, and we'll be talking about Midnight Mass, the Netflix show. So if you haven't seen it, there will be massive spoilers, so I suggest you either hold off or binge this shit out of that. Stop, go right now. Do it, so you know what we're talking about. In any case, so like I said, plenty of Troubled Minds coming up, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here today. Let's get to our final news. Yeah, here we go. This is from, my dog is crying. What in the world? All right. I think she's just chasing Mrs. Strange around. Locked up. Can't get through a little baby gate we put up for her. Anyway. All right. She's fine. Dog's fine. Let's go to this. Final news article today. The New York Times reports, this is an opinion piece by Peter Coy, is the race to the bottom over? Yeah. So this is what we're talking about. Just in general terms, yeah, they think that they're... Let me read some of this. Let's see. We're talking about corporate tax rates, all right? So the total tax revenue collected by all countries combined goes down with each iteration of the game. The theoretical limit is a tax rate of 0. In reality, of course, only a few countries have corporate tax rates of 0, but competition does suppress rates and drain tax revenue. Quote, what countries are tired of is multinational corporations trying to game the system, says Daniel Dresner, a professional of international politics at Tufts University's Fletcher School. It is within the right of countries to change their laws to make sure that is less of a thing. Oh, you mean they didn't plan this? You mean they didn't actually, consider that this is the deal and the rest of this? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, something came up. All right, so I mean, this is exactly the problem. Is that we have all these people saying, "Oh, well, these governments, they're victims." Fuck off. These governments implemented this shit. Like, this is all part of the big game. This is all part of the big game, and this is clearly they want us taxed to the gills, and they want the super multinational corporations, the conglomerates, the technocrats, and all the rest of these assholes to just skirt with a minimal tax rate and continue to make their billions. That's what this is about. No, the race to the bottom is not over, and this has nothing to do with governments being a victim of anything. They implemented these policies intentionally to allow this to happen. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Ugh. Yeah, pisses me off. Don't get me started on taxes or healthcare because I just get mad. Okay, anyway, so like I said, we got more Troubled Minds coming up tonight. Thanks again for hanging out with us right now. And let's see, Bailey says, is the race to the bottom over? Are we still living under capitalism? Same question. No. Yes, the answer. See, there's my dog freaking out. Mrs. Strange just walked out the door and the dog's freaking out. And she's like, come back. Anyway, so deal is that. So we're going to be talking about, again, if you're interested, binge the shit out of that first 3 episodes of Midnight Mass. You've got time. If you start right now, you can make it. And the first 3 episodes we'll be talking about tonight after Troubled Minds. The Troubled Minds topic is going to be, I don't know yet. So I'll get that figured out between now and then. And we'll see you at 7. We'll see you at 7 p.m. Pacific as we continue this. Thank you again to all the folks who have subbed up to the channel. Thank you to all the folks who are in the chat tonight. Thank you to all the folks who call into the shows. Thank you to all the folks that are just out there having a troubled mind and trying to understand that the world we live in is not the world they tell us it is. And thank you for the support. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for caring. And yeah, there you go. Topic NDAs. Yeah, right. Only if you sign an NDA, Robert, then maybe. All right, we're out of here. We are out of here. This is Troubled Minds News. NDEs? What does that mean? NDAs? NDEs? Anyway, we're out of here. This is Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. We'll be back at 7 p.m. Pacific, which is about 2 hours and 2 hours, 42 minutes from now. And then we'll have 2 more shows tonight. We're going to just keep on trucking, just keep on blasting this out. There's so much to talk about, so much crazy stuff, and we're going to keep doing it. So thanks again. We will be with you in 2 hours and 42 minutes. See you then. See you then. Midnight Mass. That's the one. It's called Midnight Mass. It's on Netflix. The first 3 episodes, they're about 45 minutes each. If you just smash through them right now, you can do it. And trust me, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy. All right. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll see you 2 hours and 42 minutes. See you then. Thanks again, guys.